Hi, I'm Gail and welcome back to lowcarbrecipe-ideas.com. Today we're going to make something different. I love the crock pot this time of year, and it's just so easy that you put everything in there and then you take off and do your thing for the day, work or whatever, and then you're back and your supper's ready for you. So we're going to make a low-carb Middle Eastern beef and eggplant stew. It's definitely something different, but I think you're really going to enjoy it. So let's get started. So we need to prepare our eggplant because we're going to fry them up, just get them browned on each end. So I'm just going to cut off the ends, and then I'm going to take my peeler and we're just going to start peeling. So we'll peel and take all the peeling off of it. I'm definitely not a pro at using my peeler, that's for sure. Well, I found that a little stubborn to do, but I got it to work. So we'll just put the peelings aside, and then we'll cut it lengthwise. And around 1/2 inch cubes is what we're looking for, so we're just gonna slice them up and get them all ready for the skillet. Just make them into little cubes. Okay. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of olive oil into the skillet. And then we're going to add in our eggplant. And we're just going to brown the eggplant on each side. So that'll take 3 to 5 minutes to do that. So that took about 5 minutes, and it just browned them on all sides. And I'm going to remove it from the stove, and we're going to put it in the crock pot. So we'll add the eggplant to the crock pot. Now we're just going to put all the ingredients in together. So the next thing I have, and that was a small eggplant that I used. The next thing I have is 2 cups of mushrooms that I quartered, so they're just in quarters, that size. Then we're going to add 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes. And a pound of beef. Now, what I used here was round steak. It really doesn't matter what you use because it'll all be really tender. I just got what was on sale and it worked the best for me price-wise, so that's why I chose that. And then 1 medium-size onion, chopped up. Now we're just going to start putting in all our spices. So we've got 1 clove of crushed garlic. Make sure I can get it all out of there. Half a teaspoon of salt. 1/3 teaspoon of ground cumin, and I've said it many times in my videos, I love cumin. I just think it's such a great spice to be using. Now we're going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes and a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon and an 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. And then I'm putting in a cup of beef broth. Now we're going to stir this all around. And we're going to have the temperature on low, put the lid on it, and just let it cook for about 6 hours. And then you will have your great stew. So we'll just put the lid on it. and check with it later. Silly me, I forgot one important thing, and that was the zest of a lemon, and I needed 2 teaspoons of it. So we'll put that in and we'll stir it up one more time. And then we'll put the lid on and let it cook for about 6 hours on low. There we go. So the last hour of the cooking, I've taken the lid off because I wanted to get rid of some of the moisture, and because it's supposed to be stew, so it has made it a lot thicker by letting it cook the last hour without the lid on. Because when you leave the lid on, you get too much moisture and it keeps staying runny. So we are done. So here is my low-carb Middle Eastern beef and eggplant stew. Now, they use really different spices, and it's such a nice change. I see that restaurants are popping up all over the place where they have Middle Eastern restaurants coming up, and it's just crazy how popular it is. And I'm hoping that you give this a try. Like, it's got the cumin in it. They use such different spices. So anyhow, if you go to lowcarbrecipe.com and try this recipe and some of my other ones, it'd be great. We're just going to do a little sample here. Nice flavor. I would even make my cauliflower rice and put it on the bottom and put it on top. There's a little bit of a kick to it, but the meat is really, really tender. And remember, the last hour, just take the lid off of the crock pot, and then let it just, put it on high and let it cook, and it'll thicken it up so you don't have any lots of juice. Anyway, go to lowcarbrecipe.com. Try this recipe. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye now.